what I notice is that all of the qualities that kind of make life worth living, not kind of, seems to be the qualities that make life worth living are heart qualities. Now, that doesn't mean they're all happy, jubilant, joy, love feelings, although those are the biggies and most of us love those. There's also heart qualities of tenderness, grief, sadness. These are also heart qualities. And how to feel those things fully is what makes life worth living. Now, at the same exact time, we've all got parts and protectors and managers protecting all those parts because they're so raw, unfettered, unprotected. That's the dichotomy. They're unprotected, which makes them unfettered and full and living fully. But at the same time, it can open us up to, real or perceived attacks. And so it's a conflict, this conflict of wanting to be open, even if we're soft and open, the conflict of being vulnerable, joyful, open, varying degrees of open. Even in sadness, there's an opening, there's a softening in these essential states. These are the essential states that actually can even be pleasurable in sadness and grief, where it's just true. And that's also what we're going to be looking at, is the truth of these things. So what we're looking at are heart qualities, how to take care of, how to tend to, how to be in relationship with what we're yearning for, which is the being in these heart qualities, varying degrees, joy, jubilation, goodness, sad, tender, vulnerable, all the myriad ways, and how to be in relationship with our protectors and our managers so that we don't go out into the world just, being ready to be clocked at any moment, and not to be overprotected and guarded and nobody's going to touch me, because at the same time, we're wanting to be touched. So this, nobody's going to touch me, nobody's going to get me. And then we go through life all guarded and protected and, armored. How to be in relationship with how to take care of ourselves without needing to overprotect, how to be in relationship in the world with all of these things. And the crux of it is being in touch with the body, the crux of it, because the body is informing us at any given time what to pay attention to. Oh, I've got a knot in my stomach. My heart's contracting. Is something scaring me? Right? Oh, I feel a heaviness in my shoulders. I feel like I'm carrying a burden, right? So we turn towards these things, find out about them relationally, not, oh, my heart aches, so I'm going to get armored up and go out into the world and protect myself and not even really know why. So we're going to be able to be more relational. We're going to be operating as a lean, clean machine, listening to the parts that are in the body. As Bessel van der Kolk says, the body keeps the score. So we're going to be paying attention to the body and slowing down the mind so that the mind doesn't kick in, make stories, go off running. This is about my mother. That person's bad. I'm going to slow it down to be able to assess. What is this burden on my shoulders? Is this something I need to tend to? Am I carrying around something that isn't mine? How can I pull into a pit stop, put down my baggage, right? We're driving our vehicles of life, driving. Let's pull into a pit stop, because a pit stop's quick, right? Parking lot's a whole other thing. There's a time and a place to pull into a parking lot where we got to unpack some stuff. And when we got to pull into the pit stop, I got to put some baggage down. I got to look under the hood here and see what the hell's clunking. What the heck's going on here? So I can get back in the game. I'm going to invite you to do a few exercises that can help when the system's wound up. We call it anxiety. I'm going to invite you to, I'm going to teach you a few things that you can do if you want. I'm going to also invite you to not click off, to not jump off this YouTube. I'm going to invite you to stay, hang with me, learn these techniques. You may hate them. You may have resistance. That's going to be good information, but I'm going to invite you to hang in there and not click out. And of course, you're going to do whatever you want to do and come back anytime. So let's do it. Let's imagine pulling it in. Let's pull into the pit stop. Let's imagine turning off the ignition. Just notice that in this moment. Just stopping from being in the race, pulling into the pit stop. So we're using visualization. Pulling into the pit stop, we stop. We're going to turn off the ignition. Let's just take a moment. Come in, let's just sit down because we've got to assess here. Let's just take a moment. Let's take a couple breaths. Let's sit in our seat. Let's just sit in our car seat. Let's take our hands off the steering wheel. Let's take one breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Sound is really good. So this is going to give us a reset. So, and you can experiment. You can experiment with a breath in through the mouth and out through the mouth. You could experiment with nose and out the nose. Another important part of this is what I call the 360 breath. We're not just breathing from the front of us, where the chest just expands. We're going to let the whole rib cage expand. Front ribs, side ribs, which I call the gills, and the back ribs. There's a reason why we have intercostal muscles that let the rib cage expand and contract. The ribs, the lungs inside are not just from the front. We want the whole expansion because that's a reset on your system. Fact. That's neuroscience. That's biology. So I know, all of us through our lives, breathe. I'm going to invite you to take a breath. I'm going to invite you to take breaths all throughout your day, all day, every day, because it's as simple as that. Not so easy. Sometimes we're snarled up. Things are at a 8, 9, 10 on a 0 to 10 scale. Things are 8, 9, 10. Breathe. But it's true. It's fact. So, because when we're at an 8, 9, 10, we're probably in survival brain. We're probably in fight, flight, or freeze. If we could pull into the pit stop, especially if you're on the racetrack, oh God, pull into the pit stop. I need to take, you can even idle. You don't even need to turn the car off. You can stay in idle. Let's take a breath. You can even keep your hands on the steering wheel. I got to take a breath. I need a reset. Take a moment. Gentle movements into the pelvis, into the shoulder blades. I know all this seems simplistic and we've been told this our whole lives. And it's like, but it's true. So that's why I'm going to do this from an invitation. Not telling you what to do, but it's a gentle invitation to say, let's take a moment. Let's just stay in idle. Let's just stay in the car. And let's together soften our eyes. Take a breath. Maybe even notice your heart. The heart will be so grateful because the heart, when we're in fight, flight, or freeze, gets busy. And we want to tend to that, come in and say, okay, I'm here. I'm here. It's like a gentle massage, which we actually can do as well. So that's exercise number 2, a polyvagal massage, which is also fact. So the vagus nerve is here on this chest plate. So do it with me. Even take a moment. You'll see put your hand on an invitation is putting your hand on your chest. And almost always you'll notice your heart responding, your being responding. Exercise number 2. So just giving yourself a polyvagal massage, also up behind the ears. This is all biology. Okay. In that soft spot behind the ears. And then we're going to do one more exercise, which is tapping. So I invite you to put your hands on each leg. To state the obvious, right hand on right leg, left hand on left leg, feet flat on the ground, and gently alternating tap. Slowly. I'm going at a pace of about this. Even paced. With 360 breath. You can also do butterfly. So these are calming that we can do throughout the day. These are loving acts to do for yourself. So that's also what we're going to be looking at, is cultivating love, because we're going to see the parts who aren't open to any of these. I so get it when it's like, oh, I don't want to tap. I don't want to breathe. Be curious about that, because here we have factual things that work to calm the system. And we can have a part, probably a young part, who was told to do any one of those things, who doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. Even though I'm here to tell you and guarantee you, pretty much, it works.